Austin music people. Brian Wolff, how you doing, brother? Thanks for
Um,
coming by.
I'm doing great, man. It's good to be here.
You are oh, you are adding to the number of outstanding musicians that live in this neighborhood.
Yeah, I just moved here 3 weeks ago, which is crazy, but it's a pretty cool spot, man, for
Welcome,
sure.
welcome. Well,
Yeah,
shout out Easton Park TV. I'm gonna connect you, like I said, with those folks,
yeah, that's great.
and get you out there to get you performing. So, again, appreciate you being here.
Yeah, real happy
And
to be
thank you
here.
for reaching out, by the way. Also,
Yeah,
and thank you for introducing me to your music and kind of giving me a sneak peek. So, we'll just start from the beginning, man. Where are you from?
I'm from upstate New York. It's a little town called Binghamton.
Okay.
Yeah, and for people that have no idea what I just said, it's about an hour south of Syracuse or so. So
Damn.
but it's it's people think of upstate New York sometimes as like an extension of the city, and it's absolutely not. It's like farmland,
Beautiful out there.
mountains, beautiful. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, especially summertime. Right, this is the time of year when I really miss it up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What brought you down here?
Oh, the music scene, absolutely. I love the Austin music scene. I kind of came to visit a friend when I was in college, and I had decided that I wanted to try to pursue music as a career while I was in college,
Mm,
and uh, and just see what happens. I was just like, I was gonna just like basically move somewhere where, Binghamton, New York is a pretty small place. So like there's only so much you can do there. Like
yeah.
there's, the festivals that happen at the local parks. There's, and you can travel around and stuff. But, I just really wanted to go somewhere like Austin or Nashville was another thought,
Hmm.
where it's just like such a huge part of the city is the
Right.
music, and so I'd like to think I made the right choice.
Yeah. I mean, I would
Coming to
agree with
Austin.
that.
Yeah.
Now, was it? I mean, growing up, were you a blues guy? Or
I mean, a little bit. I
yeah,
mean, I would say I was a huge AC/DC kid. I loved AC/DC, and,
yeah.
a lot of those riffs are just blues riffs,
It's just
basically. Yeah,
yeah.
it's
I mean,
basically
all that shit
blues.
is.
Yeah. So it's like not I wouldn't say like I deeply studied a lot of the blues legends growing
Uh-huh.
up and stuff, but like through people that I listened to,
Right.
Hendrix, um, even Pearl Jam. I was pretty into them as a kid.
Yeah. Okay.
And like, just a lot of people that I'm influenced by were influenced by the blues
Yeah.
legends. So
Right. All right.
yeah, so
Yeah. It all comes in tangents. So when did you move to Austin?
in 2012.
2012.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All
So I've
right.
been here a minute now.
Good. All right.
Yeah,
So, and when you first moved in, was there kind of like a getting your feet wet period? And
absolutely, man. Yeah.
how was that for you?
Well, I mean,
Or what did that look like for you?
being, from a small town, all I had heard about Austin really was like Sixth Street. You got to
Mm,
go to Sixth Street. You got to play Sixth. And like, I'll say then it was definitely a little bit cooler than it is now in
yeah.
2012, right? But
Yeah.
it's still not
Right.
like, still wasn't amazing, but it was like, I was just like, I just got to go hang out down there and try to get gigs and try to
Yeah.
play and just, and then I ended up just doing, I would say 4 or 5 happy hours a week,
Yes.
down on Sixth and
Yep.
just making like $50 for 3 hours and
Yeah.
plus tips and just like grinding it out. But it's funny, like looking back on that now, it's like now I wouldn't do that once, but like that was like everyday life for me. But like I had to do that to get my skills up,
Yeah.
and to be in front of people a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for it, even though I definitely would not do it again.
You're working on more than you realize you're working on.
Yeah. Yeah.
You think you're just up there learning somebody else's songs, but like you're getting reps in, man.
You are, yeah. And I think
Um,
that's important. But yeah, that was like 3 years
Okay.
doing that. And then I kind of started to realize that I could sort of book my own gigs and find my own way. And I started to write songs. I joined a band started a band called Fair City Fire.
Fair City Fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, we started in 2014. So there's some
Mhm.
overlap there of my Sixth Street days and
Yeah.
this band starting. But it was like, yeah, it was very much like I wanted to write. I wanted to play my own rock music. And I,
Yeah.
I was seeing, I was starting to see like bands at Mohawk and like,
Mhm.
places like Stubbs Indoor and like local bands like that just killing it and playing their own stuff. And I was like,
Mhm.
that I want that. I want to do that. That looks
Okay.
like so much fun and way better than what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Um, and like, that's kind of what sparked all that. And I just started to write and played music with these guys, and we were a band up. We broke up in like 2021 officially, so we were a band for like 7 years.
Through COVID.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we weren't really doing anything, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
we
Sure.
basically split during COVID, which
Okay. Yeah.
is yeah, it's that was a interesting time too of just like trying to figure out. We had a lot of time to sit around and like think about what we want to do with our lives, right?
Yeah.
I realized that, well, that band seemed done. I mean, I could find another bass player and another guitarist to fill in the spots that we're missing now, because a couple guys just left to move on with their lives, not for any dramatic reason, but
Sure. Sure.
I could have found guys to fill in, but I thought it just wouldn't feel like the same band.
Yeah.
And I was writing stuff to get through my day anyways, like at that time, just like trying to just try to be creative to like, I don't know, I guess mentally survive all that,
Mm.
like,
Yeah.
and
Using music as an outlet, right?
absolutely, man.
Yeah.
But I ended up having a lot of songs because I just really got into it that year. I was always writing, but I think I really learned how to be a songwriter like those years. I
Good.
think,
So
yeah.
throughout COVID, I mean, that's what you came out on top of with.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, not
Nice.
all great, but it's
It's all
it's
reps, man.
learning the process, man,
Yeah.
and how to try to like dig in deep to what I really want to say.
So how many songs you think are in your songbook?
I mean, over the years, man, I mean, started when I was 12, so I mean, like, I think that's when I wrote my first song. So I would say probably 100. I mean, not
Started when you were 12.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It was
Dang.
kind of started playing
All
guitar.
all guitar?
Yeah, guitar and singing, man. Pretty much, man. I've tried keys, but
Musical family?
didn't take. Not really. I mean, my parents both love music, especially my dad would always play me all the classic rock and
Yeah.
the minivan driving
Yeah.
us around,
Yeah, yeah.
So I owe a lot of my love for rock and roll to him. And just some classic cassette tapes rolling
Yeah.
around in the minivan,
Sure.
like
Sure. Well, it's funny because I asked that question to a lot of the people that come on the show, like, come from musical families. Some people are like, "No, mom just liked the Eagles," or whatever.
that's
It's
it,
like
man. That's pretty much what it was, man. Yeah.
yeah. That's
And
cool.
they were very encouraging of it too,
Mhm.
which is great. That was really
It's a
important.
big thing.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I think my mom played French horn for a year in middle school or something. That's the extent of it. Yeah.
So after the band broke up, you're writing songs through COVID,
Yeah.
and then is that when you start Brian Wolf and Howlers?
Yeah.
Okay,
So I it wasn't called that yet, but
okay,
I just hadn't found that name yet. But I think yeah, what had happened is this guy, Frenchie Smith, who's an incredible producer in town, he wanted to work with Fair City Fire before we had split up, and we just weren't ready for it at the time.
yeah,
But he reached out to us, which was this crazy fever dream that happened. Like
okay,
I'd always wanted to work with him, didn't know how to get in touch with him.
yeah,
He heard us on KLBJ or something. Was
nice.
like, "I want to work with you guys," and I was like, "What is this real?" It's kind of that moment.
Yeah,
And then I meet the guy and we had talked for a while and we just weren't ready as a band. And but then I started to write all this stuff and I kept in touch with him since then. And I was like, trying to find my new sound, my new
mhm,
identity as an artist. I
mhm,
was so tied up in being the front man for this rock band for so long.
right.
Um, and I've got all these songs. What do you think about working with me on trying to build this sound? And he was absolutely in.
Wow, alright.
He said, send me your demos and gave it some thought. And he was just really supportive and awesome. So I think that was like a big moment of like, okay, maybe I can keep doing this.
Yeah,
If he thinks it's good,
and
like
is he a producer?
yeah, he is.
Okay.
He's got a place called The Bubble.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, okay.
yeah,
Yes. Yes, 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 yes,
yeah.
yes. Okay.
He's
Thank
fantastic.
you for the reminder.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. But yeah, I've been working with him for everything since. Um and just what a great way to kind of revitalize what I truly wanted to do. And like I had already kind of realized I wanted to write and play songs for the rest of
Yeah.
my life, but like to actually have that belief from someone was
Yeah.
like pretty great.
It's a
Yeah,
good vote of confidence.
absolutely.
And I mean, if anything, it just makes you it's just an affirmation of how you already felt, right? And
Yeah.
so,
And I was in a weird place, like mentally, like we all were
yeah.
that year. So I
Yeah.
think that was like really important for me to hear that.
Nice. Well, thank God for French Smith.
Yeah, absolutely. What a great
So
guy.
after you send him your demos, um, eh, how did you get the band together?
Well, Joe was the drummer for Fair City Fire. He was the
Okay.
one other guy that I when the band had split, we talked on the phone, I remember, about like, what are we doing? And he was basically like, whatever you want to do, I'm in. So
Nice.
brought him into the new band. And then
Okay.
there was this guy, Tim Moen, who was in a band that Fair City Fire used to play with all the time called Finite Fidelity. And we always like he and I became friends through the scene. Like I'm friends with all that whole band. Um, and I just love the way he plays bass and I love his mentality towards it. So he was a no-brainer to ask to play
Mhm.
bass. And he was absolutely in, super excited about it. I remember we met at Radio Coffee and just kind of talked about it. Like, what are we trying to do as a band? What does this look like?
Yeah.
We had some really good conversations on kind of just how to structure that and what to start doing and how to start practicing, how to think about all this. But
That's good. That's an interesting I mean, is that pretty common for bands to have those types of structured conversations early on?
I don't know. I feel like I mean, I did go to school for like marketing and business, so there could be like some of that coming out with things like
There's
that.
gotta be.
Yeah, I mean, for
It's
sure.
just what it is. You
Yeah, but
you're
it's I think for me, even though it might not happen all that often, it should, I think, because I think the biggest reasons bands like split up is because they're not talking about stuff. They're not communicating well.
yeah.
So if you set expectations of just like, hey, like I want your ideas to be heard. Like a lot of our conversations up front were like, I want your ideas to be heard, but I also want to remind you guys that like these are my songs. And like you know what I mean? Which is a weird
That's interesting.
dynamic. Yeah.
Well, like what it makes me think like I wonder how much corporate leadership tactics are ever brought into the rehearsal studio. You know what I mean by corporate leadership tactics?
Yeah.
Just like, I mean, name a freaking acronym out there of leadership tactics and synergy, and all that stuff. And I'm not talking jargon. I'm talking about ways of managing and leading. And
I absolutely think so.
I wonder if you could look at all the popular bands that are like the bands that have quote made it, and I wonder if there's maybe it's not the lead singer, maybe it's the management, but
Yeah.
that manages and leads them like you would a corporate team. Like I wonder what kind of parallels are there.
That's a really
I
good
don't
question.
know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is why a lot of bands do go get a manager for that reason.
Well, yeah, I mean,
They need
yeah.
some structure.
Yeah, well, and if you're a creative, which I respect,
Yeah.
that's not what you want to be doing. Makes total sense to go
Yeah.
get somebody else to do it, but I think it's just the way the world works. You have to have some level of structure to your business.
I think so.
And whether it be planning, scheduling, project management, I don't know. I'm curious, like you said, y'all sat down and talked through how you were gonna execute on
Yeah.
something before you ever
It
picked up a
felt
guitar.
it felt very adult. It felt like a bunch of guys in our 30s starting a
Yeah.
band, like,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
it
yeah.
wasn't like, because I don't think that was the case when, I was like 20 starting bands. It was just like,
No, it's like
let's get into music and get in a room and make some noise.
right.
But,
Yeah.
it's a little different when you've done it a long time and you're like, I think you can start to think about what your expectations might be and how you
Mhm.
wanna run something
Yeah.
because for me, I just knew what worked and what didn't from just being in bands as like a sideman a few
Yeah.
times, and then also like, kinda seeing someone else lead a band and me being the leader and
Mhm.
being in like Fair City Fire, which is very much a democracy. Everyone had the same
Yeah.
say in everything,
Yeah.
and that has its pros and cons.
Right.
But this was very much like I want you guys to feel like family and like you're part of the band, but I also want to make sure
My
you know who's
vision.
boss.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's your
yeah,
vision, right?
exactly.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
um, all right. So this was 22-ish when y'all started.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Okay.
2021 is when we kind of had that conversation. We started practicing towards
All
the end
right.
of the year.
And so where have y'all played around town?
Man, we played a lot of spots. Some of the cool ones I would say are like Saxon Pub for sure. That was really
Okay.
fun. We had a really good show at Captain Quack's. Um,
It's a nice room.
yeah, I really like it, man. It's kind of I was pleasantly surprised at like how good the sound was in there for like a because now we're a 5-piece band, so like to
Yeah.
manage that in that little space is pretty amazing.
It's actually I think the sound is phenomenal
It really is,
in that
man.
room. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
yeah.
Okay. Captain
But
Quacks.
we're about to play at Antone's, which is pretty
That's
exciting.
right.
You got the hat on right now, so
Yeah.
I'm
Oh
like
yeah.
pretty excited
It's
about that,
my
man.
it's my it's funny because I didn't realize this, but like the first like three guests I was wearing the same hat.
Yeah,
And
nice.
so I was like, well, I guess I'm just gonna wear this every hat or every time now.
It's a good hat.
But before we get into the Antone show, I wanna kind of touch on the music that you put out. So you've got a couple singles, couple EPs on Spotify, but you're working on a new album.
Yeah, the album's gonna come out next month.
Okay.
Real
All right.
exciting.
What's the name of that album? Are you
Leave the
able to
lights on.
share? Leave
Yeah,
the lights on.
yeah.
All right. So what was the goal with this album?
Well, I mean, I think it was we got back from touring last summer
Okay.
and I had applied for the Live Music Fund grant in Austin. I don't know if you're familiar
Yep.
with that, but
Is that the city program or the Texas Music Commission?
it's the city program. It's
Okay.
the yeah, what is it? ATX Entertainment Division or something like that.
Huh. Okay.
But yeah, it's like through the Long Center too. It's but they use the hotel taxes and basically use those they use those to like build these grants basically for musicians
Hmm.
and venues, which is really cool. And got back from tour and got the email that we had gotten it, and we were
Nice.
already talking about recording an album. So this is gonna happen one way or the other. Like it
Mhm.
was like, okay, I've saved up some money for a mortgage. Am I just gonna spend that all on an album, or what? Because
But
but then this grant came along, so I didn't have to, which was amazing.
can we talk about that real quick?
Yeah,
You are a full-time musician
yeah,
and you just bought a house
yes,
in Austin, Texas.
yeah.
It's possible.
It's possible.
It's possible.
It's real possible. Yeah,
I mean,
it's hard.
seriously, I
Yeah,
wanna recognize that
thank
because
you.
that is not I mean, hell, people who 2 incomes struggle to buy homes in Austin, Texas, and,
Yeah.
you know, this is me attempting to, without rambling, compliment you on
Oh,
that.
thanks, man.
But, like, dude, that's not an easy thing to do, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
Okay.
It's
Damn.
it feels crazy. I mean, it felt like maybe when I had recommitted to playing music for the rest of my career, right?
Right.
I kind of maybe thought I wrote that dream off of like
Mm,
having a house, right? And but then it just started to happen and I
yeah.
started to save some money and I was like, what if I really tried? Because there's a lot of things in my brain that were like, oh, there's nobody's gonna give a mortgage to a musician. Like it just happened. There's a lot of stuff in my brain that
That's
was
your
like
silly
telling me that.
business school brain.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I talked to someone who was very encouraging and just looked at my numbers and was like, we could do this. We can do this.
Nice.
So she started to make me believe in it
Good.
and then it happened, man.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sidetrack you
It's
on
all
that,
good. It's
but,
all good.
so where was the album recorded?
So at the bubble,
It was at the Bowl?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, with Frenchie Smith and Brendan Sanders did the mixing engineering and stuff. But dude, yeah, it was just a great experience, and we had a nice budget for it. I mean,
Yeah.
really, it wasn't like any other time I've recorded. It felt like okay, we can put in this much money. How many hours? How many days can
Yeah.
we get from you? And
Yeah.
like this was like enough money where it was just like okay, let's get these 10 songs done where we're all happy.
How long were y'all in the studio?
God, I want to say November we started like the first night, and then I think we probably finished and like wrapped in like mid January or so.
Okay.
But it was kind of like,
Through the holidays.
yeah, it was like a 4 day stretch of the band being there,
Mhm.
which was crazy for 12-hour days. And it was just great. I mean, it really was a great process, and like,
Sorry, my
and, j-
son.
and just we ended up having a lot of fun with this, and like, but it was also, it was taxing, like being that focused for that
Yeah.
long. People don't talk about that sometimes, like being in the studio. They're like 12-hour days,
Uh-huh.
and it's like the kind of focus that you don't do in everyday life, of just like really trying to make sure like everything is just right, and you're thinking like that for 12 hours for 4 days in a row, and then you go sleep and you come back and you do it again, and
Yeah.
it's like, and you just hope that what you're doing ends up being good, you
You're
know?
playing the same chords over and over and
Yeah.
over,
Have you
and
recorded much?
no. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
like, garage band stuff, but I've
Yeah.
I've never actually sat in a studio. So I'm not speaking from a subject matter expert standpoint at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
But I mean, just the grind of it all, you
It's
know.
definitely a grind, and I mean, for us, when we got that grant, it was August. We found out we were just coming back from a tour, and it was like, well, we're gonna do some shows in the fall, but like, we're like, let's not do that. Let's just focus on every practice,
Yeah.
making every song 3% better.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Let's
that's
take these 2 songs, let's focus on them, make them a little bit better. And that's before we even hit the studio, but it was just that for months, and then so it was like such a blessing to get to. I've never been able to focus that much on
mhm.
songs before the studio, so it was really a awesome thing.
So did you bring in more than 10 songs into the studio?
I think we had 13 songs to choose from. We were gonna recut one of the old ones, maybe. We were thinking about that, but then there were 2 other new songs that, just didn't make it. I mean, it was kind of a tough choice. I mean, they're
Yeah.
all like,
Well, I mean, how does that process go? Because I mean, for me, outside looking in, if I'm coming in with a budget and I've got enough to record 13 songs, why not put 13 songs on the album?
yeah, that
You
makes
know,
sense. Yeah.
but yeah, there's a reason to it, so I'm just curious what like.
I mean, I think the budget that we came up with really factored in like 10 songs, and
Okay,
that was a conversation
I
that I
got you.
had with Frenchie. But so, then it becomes, how do I take out 2 of these songs? Um, or like 3 of the songs really. And we did a really cool thing actually. Like the first night we were in the studio, it was come in, plug into my really nice stuff, and we'll just cut demos of all the songs, all 13 songs, and play through them, and then we'll all listen back, and I think the answer will be pretty obvious.
Hmm, I see.
And I would love to say that it was obvious, but it was still a challenge. I mean, it really
Yeah.
was, but
Well, especially if you love all the art that you're creating, man, you
yeah,
want to share it with the world.
yeah, but it came down to, what do I really want to say?
Hmm.
I think that was the deciding factor of like, what message am I trying to put out there? Is it really,
Hmm.
and like those 2 songs that didn't make it, and extra song that we were going to re-record, like, weren't really something I wanted to say like as much as I wanted to say the other things.
So, when you wrote the songs for this album, um, do you feel like you were writing for yourself or writing for others to listen to? Like, do you think it was? I mean, you talked about how during COVID it became kind of an outlet.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, is there like a theme to this album of is it like a story that you go through the album, or are they kind of individual tracks?
I mean, I think there's a story just in that it's like my life story and how I think about the world, but
Okay.
it's there's a lot of feelings of like longing for love, and like, but there's also hope. There's also heartbreak. There's like trying to be encouraging of someone. Like there's a lot of things, and like, I guess, what to answer your earlier question, I think for me, when I start thinking too much about other people and what they might think or if they'll enjoy this song,
Yeah.
it kind of kills the whole thing for me.
Yeah.
Like I really need for me, I'm probably going to be my own worst critic when it comes to this stuff
Yeah.
anyways. So if it passes my own test where like I feel like I like it, then hopefully other people like it too, but like I have to listen to that first.
Yeah.
And then I think really my opinion is like the role of a producer is to make it listen like more listener friendly for other people.
Mm. Okay.
But as far as like the lyrics and stuff go, like I'm just thinking about like what do I want to say that feels like I need to get some stuff off my chest or
Yeah.
um and I think yeah, it can be like there's some kind of funny stuff, there's quirky things, but it's like overall it's yeah, it's really just me trying to be the same person when I'm songwriting or when I'm sitting here with you
Mhm.
or if I'm hanging out at the pool here at Easton Park.
Yeah.
Like I just want to be the same person everywhere. And I do respect that there are people who have their different image on stage and
Yeah.
stuff and they do
Yeah.
their thing, but that's not me. I want to be very genuine wherever I'm going. So
Interesting. So you don't feel like you put on a different hat when you get on stage?
not really. I mean, I think I'm just more amped up,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. You got
It's
yeah.
that Antone show is gonna be a wild one.
So when is the Santone show?
It's August 22nd.
Okay.
We're gonna release the album that day.
Alright.
So we actually have the vinyl already, which is really exciting. So we'll
Awesome.
be putting that out to buy soon.
Where'd you press the vinyl? Here in town?
Disc makers.
Okay.
Yeah, just like an online resource.
Okay, gotcha.
But, yeah, nothing super exciting about that, but they did a fine job.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I gotta ask.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not a vinyl collector by any
yeah,
stretch, but I'll go to the Austin Record Convention and find some good stuff, and,
yeah, dude.
my my box is pretty small. It's there in the
Yeah,
corner there, you can
that's
see,
great,
but,
man. Yeah.
no, that's cool. So, who else is on the bill for the Antone show?
So we've got Taylor Ray, Terry Klein, Sydney Wright, and Brittany Lobus.
Okay.
Uh, and that those first three are going to be doing song swap to start the night as
Okay,
people come
nice.
in. So
So for anybody who's never heard your music, what and I always have to be careful asking this question because I don't want to put you in any kind of box,
yeah,
but
yeah.
like what parallels would you draw to maybe a band or a genre of music that people might hear and know?
Well, I I'm a huge Springsteen fan. I have been for a long time, and I think there's just some influence there.
Okay.
I think there is in the lyrics, especially, but I think in the sound, I think I don't know. I mean, definitely sometimes like I think the Killers are there for sure in some of our
Nice.
stuff. I
Okay.
think Foo Fighters are in the mix somewhere.
I could now you say the Killers, and
Yeah.
thank you for sharing the new album with
Yeah.
me. I hear it now.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
It didn't click, but now you're saying that, yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, they're one of
I
those
hear that.
bands that just I mean, it's like the songs are so fun and they're
Uh-huh.
they're great. And then if you really listen to the lyrics, like they're pretty meaningful and deep. Uh,
Yeah.
so I've always liked that band for sure. But
What's that guy? What's their song? I'll think of it later,
yeah,
but, it's a jam, The Killers
yeah, yeah.
back in the day. Um, so, I'm sorry, I kinda cut you off earlier. So, The Killers, is there anybody else that you would
Yeah,
kinda draw parallels
Nathaniel
to?
Rateliff maybe, like, in
Okay.
some of our stuff,
Yeah.
but I do think, the music kinda goes on, like, a different kinda journey. It's like they're
Mhm.
not all one sound on the album, it's kind of
What's the biggest difference between this album and stuff that you put out in the past?
I like to think I just kinda became a better writer, I think, and I think, we also had, you know, keys in the band at this
Yeah.
point, and also, there's horns on the album,
Okay.
and Scotty, our lead guitar player, just kind of I think he had developed a lot of agency in the band and like what his sound is and where he fits, and I think there's a lot that came with that, and I think just the prep and the love, I think it comes across.
I think I'm putting 2 and 2 together here. So, what's Scotty's last name?
Blanco?
Does he play with CeCe?
Yes, he does. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So CeCe went to A&M,
Oh, okay, cool.
and I knew her from A&M,
Oh,
and
nice.
and and I saw him, does he still work at, this is weird, it's like all the dots are starting to connect for me here, because I think the last time I saw him, he was working at, South Austin Music?
Yeah, yeah, he's worked there a long time.
Okay,
Yeah.
alright, and I was like, "Hey, man, you play s" okay, it's all coming back to me now,
Yeah.
that's cool, so that's your guitarist?
Yeah, yeah.
Alright,
Yeah, he's
nice.
great, man.
Yeah,
Great
super
player.
nice guy.
Real good friend of mine, you know.
Awesome.
They're actually everyone in the band is
How did
really
y'all
good
meet?
friends. Scotty was in that band I mentioned called Finite Fidelity.
Okay,
Um, and so this is kind of a combination of like those bands, like
yeah,
Fair City Fire and Finite Fidelity
yeah,
kind of mashed together. And then Kurt Lammers is the keys player, and he and Tim, the bass player, rent a house together. So
nice.
so he was always around, you know,
Yeah,
and we became really good friends just from like me going over there to rehearse.
cool.
That's where we rehearse, and we got really close, and um eventually I was just kind of like, I think we could use keys. I don't know exactly what that sounds like with us, but like,
Everybody could
yeah,
use keys.
yeah, there's something, there was something calling me about it, and Kurt was
Yeah,
right there, and it was just like,
nice.
let's just see how it goes, and like
Yeah,
it was great right away. Um,
that's that's cool. I mean, that's how this shit works, man.
yeah, yeah, and it was over time, man. We started
Yeah,
as a three piece, and then added one every year after that. Now
yeah.
we're five.
So, getting into your involvement in the music scene. So, I saw that you'd played an Austin Music Love showcase.
Yeah, I did.
Was that one of the singer songwriter kind of deals at
So
John's house, or was
So
it?
it wasn't a showcase. It was just it was at John's house, but it was just like filming a song,
Yeah,
me playing like
yeah,
basically like leave the lights on. I played acoustic.
right,
And I just went over there, we did that, and then it was a pretty short process. It was
yeah.
awesome though. I hadn't met him before. He was a really, really
Really
cool
nice
dude.
guy.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Really,
I saw you interviewed him, right? Yeah.
yeah, and I mean, what he's doing is exactly what Austin needs, man.
Yeah,
Just supporting, just like Reed and what he's doing, just
absolutely.
supporting these artists
Love it.
that
Yeah.
deserve it. And so, what else have you done like that around town? Maybe not music venue
Gosh.
specific.
I
You
mean,
played so far last night.
yeah, I did.
That's
Those are
cool.
cool. They're fun. It's like people buy their tickets without knowing who's playing
Yeah.
or even what the venue
Well,
is.
they just
Yeah. So they're just like they get told where to go and what time, and for an artist that's kind of a good way to have a chance to gain some new fans, and people are there to really hear music, it seems like. So it's pretty cool.
yeah, it's intimate.
Yeah.
They can really hear what's going on. There's not a bunch of like distractions and going on around you. But
Yeah.
so that's cool.
Yeah, I met some really good artists that way and connected with some people and just made some fans and stuff. So
Where
it's
else
all
have
good
you
stuff.
played around town like that?
Let's see. I mean, I was on Gowdy's podcast. That was fun.
Gowdy.
Do you know Johnny Gowdy?
I
He's
don't.
got oh my god, what is his podcast called? It's oh man, how did I get here? That's a really good it's a good podcast.
All
He's been
right.
doing it a long, long time. Uh but I've done a lot of stuff over the years, man. But
I'd like to meet Johnny.
yeah, there was a thing called Up Late Austin that I did. That was fun. It was at a film studio on the east side where they recorded us doing a whole set and put it live on like Austin Public TV. So
Oh, really?
yeah, that was fun.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Was it syndicated or like supported by like a PBS or whatever, or like how does that work?
I don't know. I don't know exactly,
That's
but
cool.
it was cool, man. It was a good experience, and yeah. Other than that, just I mean, I play music full time, so I'm definitely busy. I do a lot of background music gigs at hotels and restaurants, and
Okay.
bars and stuff, but
So,
breweries too for sure. So
yeah, I was gonna say you hit the brewery circuit pretty hard, man.
yeah, dude.
So
Yeah,
meanwhile, ABGB, all that
yeah.
stuff, is that why do you think that is? It just kind of works with your music and
I think so.
yeah.
Yeah, there's something about it. Beer and rock and roll go together.
Yeah. Yeah. So what other venues other than you talked about Saxon earlier, but where else around town? do you have shows coming up other than Antone's? I know you said you're going on your tour, so I don't know
Yeah.
if you necessarily have anything.
Yeah, so no, I think the Antones, like, we're really treating that like the last show on earth, you know? That's kinda how I found, the best way to, like, make a show like that, give
Mhm,
it the attention that it deserves, is, like,
mhm,
really act like there is no show after this. This is it.
mm.
There's no show on earth after this. This is the last show.
That's I mean, that's probably the right way to look at that
Yeah,
something like that, man. I mean,
and I mean, we wanna have a great crowd there because of all the reasons, but we wanna celebrate this album. We also wanna, like, be able to play Antones again, you
yeah,
know, um, and just build our thing in Austin, you know?
yeah. I I I didn't realize that all the booking of Antone's is done through Live Nation,
Yeah.
and did you find any challenges with through that?
I mean, there's someone that works full time, Emily Miller,
Mhm,
who is an Austinite who's
mhm,
there, and I don't know if she technically is a Live Nation employee or what, but I think she's an Antone's employee. I really don't know how the
yeah,
system works, but I didn't feel any of that.
okay,
Um,
good.
there was a lot of uh like kind of extra fees and stuff on like the way they like give you like the sheet ahead of time of like in advance on like what all this is that you know, and it kind of all made sense, but it just stuff I've never seen before. So it's like Live Nation stuff, I think.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was talking to Nico Little last night, and, when I first heard, I was like, "Oh, Live Nation," I had no idea they had their hands in there,
Yeah.
but what Nico opened my eyes up to was, yeah, that might be the case, but there are big names coming through Antone's because of that.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have happened no matter what, but
Yeah.
what what it does, and these are my words, not Nico's, is to me, it, like, really solidifies the longevity of a venue like that. If
Yeah.
you can keep that stream of high volume, high revenue, national names coming in, you can support guys like Brian Wolf
Yeah.
and bring him in and have it put him on a showcase, with a major venue like Anton's. So that's how I put two and two together. I don't know if it's right or wrong or different, but for me, that's what it was.
No, I think that helps, man, for sure. I mean, to be able to do both,
Yeah,
is good. And the fact that they are still interested in booking local bands.
yeah,
And you know, for us, that's our big night, right?
yeah,
That's not one night on the tour. That's been on our calendar forever. You
yeah.
know, this whole tour is called Road to Antones.
Okay,
So it's,
that's awesome.
it's the real deal for us, man.
Where else are y'all going on tour? On the
So we're
tour.
we're going up through New Mexico to start, and
Okay.
then Colorado, Wyoming, and Utah, and coming back. We'll get back Monday night. The Antone show is Friday, so it's gonna be a crazy week.
And how did you pick what cities?
So I've never been to any of these places actually, except
Okay.
Denver.
Okay.
And so that's pretty exciting, but that's not like how I picked it. Basically, we got this like random. It's like a small town in Wyoming called Rock Springs,
Hmm.
and they have this like summer concert series in the park, basically. And they put out an application, and I saw an ad for it, and was just like, "We need bands for this," and I just applied, and they got back to me and said like, Do you definitely want to come up to Wyoming this summer, like for real?" And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds great." And it's like nice because it is a Wednesday, so we can do like the weekend before and the weekend after,
Hmm.
and kind of like on the way up and on the way back, and
Maybe
make it a
spend some
tour.
time in Wyoming.
Yeah, I think so. We'll have an extra day, so kind of get to see some places I've never seen. And you know, just kind of trying to like pick cities that are at least pretty much on the way to where we're going, you know?
Okay.
So we're
Yeah.
not backtracking a lot or
Yeah.
driving needless miles, you know?
Yeah.
That's when it gets tricky. I mean, it's trying to like route all this stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Can imagine. So, do you have like a tour manager, or y'all just doing everything yourselves?
doing it ourselves. I mean, there's five of us, so um yeah, it's gonna be a lot, but we're renting a big 15 passenger van and just hitting the road, just doing it. So
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
Just pulling the trailer and just gonna
yeah,
do it.
yeah.
Is this your first time ever touring like that?
No, no, I think Fair City of Fire went on 5 tours like that, and last summer we toured as well.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, you'd mentioned, but this is a fully fledged tour, but you've done that in the past, I guess, sounds like.
Yeah, last
Yeah.
summer was, actually a little bit bigger. It was, we went up to we went to my hometown,
Oh,
Binghamton, New
nice.
York, and
Yeah,
played, the big festival up there
yeah.
called Speedy Fest, and it was really fun.
So, just explain it to me as a guy who knows nothing about getting acts on the road. So are you cold calling some of these venues and saying, "Hey, I'm an Austin, Texas band. I'm gonna come show you what's up"?
Yeah, I mean, it's all emails, but it's there's, like, a research phase, and then there's a hit up phase. Like,
Yeah,
it's finding the cities you wanna go to, and then there's this site called Indie on the Move that I use a lot, and then
yeah,
I'll just Google too, like, venues in Denver or whatever, and just I've got Google Sheets for days
yeah,
on, venues in all these places, and
yeah.
then if you dig a little deeper on their website, sometimes the Indie on the Move site has, like, emails you can hit up or
Mm,
places or, you can DM them on Instagram. It's a
yeah,
whole thing, but, you try to find the places that seem like they'll be a good fit for you.
yeah.
Um, and the nice thing is, like, with Indie on the Move, you can do, like, a radius. So, like, we're playing in Madrid in New Mexico, which is, like, near Santa Fe,
Mhm.
but because we're able to do, like, a 30-mile radius, we're able to, like, find this kinda smaller town that's outside of Santa Fe, and, like, it's kind of an interesting thing of, like, I think we have a really good shot of making, like, really lifelong fans in, like, a small town because they might not have as many bands coming through there, you
Yeah,
know? So,
yeah.
yeah.
Are y'all bringing anybody with you?
No, no, just us,
Just
man.
us.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
That's gonna be a fun tour, man.
It's gonna be real fun, yeah.
So what do you think, jumping back to Austin now, what do you think about the term live music capital of the world?
I mean, I think it still applies. I think people get grumpy about it sometimes, because, like, but I think when people say stuff about Austin music being so, like, difficult, and it is, man, but I think what they're talking about is stuff that's true about everywhere in music. The music industry is really hard, man.
It's tough.
It's not something I would ever recommend to somebody unless you have to do it. Like,
Yeah,
if it's, like, in your blood,
yeah, yeah.
like, but, as far as Austin goes, it's a really cool place to play music. I mean, there's just so much stuff here. I mean, to do, and so many shows happening every night. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know. Like, I've never really lived anywhere else that, like, I've been to Nashville a bunch, but I've never lived there. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I can really compare it and say, like, this is the capital, but
Well,
it feels pretty damn cool.
I learned recently, I read, that that was like a slogan created by, s some travel tourism deal within the city back in, I think, the '80s. They'd push that out in some magazine, and that's how it became, I ask literally everybody who comes on the show that question because everybody's got different outlook on it.
Yeah,
I mean, hell, you moved to Austin because of the music,
I did,
right?
man.
And, like, you're not the only one.
And I just, planted roots, man.
Yeah,
I just bought a house, so I plan to
yeah.
be here.
No, that's good. That's
But it's for the music scene, really,
Yeah.
at the end of the day. So,
So, after this tour and this album, what's next for Brian Wolf?
oh man, I think, starting to really write again, which is it's been kind of it's been kind of a little tough for me to do, but and just because I've been trying to figure out this house thing and
Yeah.
trying to put out this album and all this stuff, but
It's almost like, the cycle of, I mean, it's kinda like a sports team.
yeah.
Like, you go you're writing, right? So, like, it's
Yeah.
like camp, and then you get into your season of recording, and then you
Yeah.
go on tour, and then you end up at Antone's, which is your Super Bowl. So
Yeah.
then you gotta go back, and it's camp time again.
That's it. Yeah.
It's just
And
like, and so I mean, do you find that that cycle is fun for you? Do you
Yeah, I
enjoy that?
really
Yeah.
I like all the phases of it
Yeah.
actually.
Good.
And like it is nice that I think my career has a lot of balance in a lot of different ways, and I think that's one of them. Is that sometimes I'm not really focused on writing that much. You know,
Mm.
I know some people will say just get up and write every day. You know,
Yeah.
spend 2 hours, whatever. And I
Yeah.
think that's great. If that works for you, that's awesome. But for me, it's like I need to take a break from that for a while sometimes
Mm.
and come back to it and just
Yeah.
feel like, and I think some of it is going out and living life and having some experiences to write about, you know?
Fair. Yeah.
Um, and, but I think, yeah, man, it's, speaking on that balance part too, I think like for me, a big thing of like being able to make a living doing this and, is just like, I do have a lot of those background music gigs, but then I have a lot of creatively fulfilling gigs too. And
Mhm.
like having both and not too much of one or the other,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Is how I stay really happy and healthy and feeling
Good.
good. Um so if it's ever kind of getting a little off kilter, I need to like look at all that,
Yeah.
you know, cuz those background music gigs can be tough. They can be pretty taxing at
Mhm.
times, where it's like especially if you're like coming off a really big gig where like everyone's singing along and loves it,
Yeah.
and then you go to this place and they're like, "Yeah, set up over there," and feels like people are actively ignoring you, but you're just collecting a paycheck.
Yeah.
It's like that's not a real complaint because it's like it's making money doing something really cool, which is playing music, but it's still a little tough at times.
Yeah, I mean, uh, talking with Katrina, it sounds like some of those gigs are might even pay higher
Oh, big time. Yeah.
than your other gig, but you're having way more fun and actually checking the boxes that you wanna check at the gig that pays less. It's just so backwards, man. It's
It is
just like
backwards. Yeah.
you spent all this time, preparing for those big shows, but
Yeah.
then you go and you learn a bunch of covers and make more money. It's just
Yeah.
like, what are we
Yeah.
doing, man?
I mean, but as long as there's balance, I'm good.
Yeah.
That's where it comes down
No,
to,
that's
really.
fair.
Yeah.
So Antone's August 22nd.
Yes, sir.
Is there anywhere else that people can catch you before y'all go on tour?
Trying to think. What are we doing? I'm playing Geraldine's on Tuesday, but that's gonna be probably be before this podcast comes out, I
Yeah.
imagine. Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah. But I play a lot of solo gigs around town all the time. So
Okay.
people can check out my website to see where
Yeah.
I'm gonna be at.
So people can find you on the old Instagram,
Absolutely.
Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere.
Yep, absolutely.
All
Yep.
right. What's the best way to reach you? Shows and bookings and
Yeah,
whatnot.
hit me up on Instagram, I would say. Brian
Okay.
Wolf Music. It's Wolf with two F's. Or, just yeah, that's probably the best way, I would say.
Cool, man. Well, I appreciate you coming by today.
Yeah, this is great, man.
Yeah, this has been
Happy to be
fun.
here.
It's
Yeah.
good. It's great getting to know you.
Yeah.
I wish you the best on your tour
Thanks,
and
man.
around Antone's and hell, we're neighbors.
Yeah, we're neighbors, man.
Well, I want to introduce you to a couple other guys in the neighborhood,
That's great.
that are in music, and so yeah, looking forward to it. But thanks for coming by today.
Yeah, so happy to be here, man.
All right, see you, everybody. Thanks for listening. Know someone we should talk to? Give us a shout on Instagram at Austin Music People. Tell your friends, tell your family, and get out there and support Austin music.